Caesar de Bello Gallico, Book 6, Chapters 19 and 20. I don't have it on my PowerPoint. I'm going to use my laser pointer or a pen. I guess a pen. Let's try it. Oh, it's a tough one. Now we're going to talk about marriage. Marriage. The weary, the men. Tough one. Communicant, share. They share together, or you could say the husbands, how much money ab uxoribus from the women they have received from their wives, nomine in the name of dotis, dowry. So you just don't marry, you got to get some money. So the families of the woman who's going to get married, they're going to yield that money to the man. All right. And they, how much money? So they share how much money out of their own goods with a ablative absolute aestimatione facta, with an accounting having been made. They share it cum dotibus, with the bride price. What does that mean? What the woman has, the man shares. This is complicated money issues. And they, let's go to your eraser here. And they, of this money, of all this money, a ratio, an accounting habetur, is held conjunctum, jointly. And the fructus servanter, the profits are saved. So they invested in a nice 401k, and therefore that's the money in case anyone dies. For when either life of them, aorum, is done, right? When one survives the other in death, they pair when it comes part of each person's income that they put in this little account comes to him, cum, with the fructibus, with the profits of all the previous years. So, okay, so if you die, you got this money saved up. Well, it's interesting because not quite as nice as we see in just a second. The men, weary, habet, have the power, potestam, into their wives, sicut, just as into their sons, namely, vitae necisque, of life and death. Romans didn't have that. Yeah, you could kill your child, but your wife was seen as your equal. So, and, now this is the important part, when cum, the man natus, born in a illustritiore loco, in a somewhat prestigious place of life, of the pater familia, of the family father, when he croaks, right? When he croaked, the propinqui, the near relatives eus of him, convenient, come together and see if there if the thing comes when it into suspicion about his death. So in other words, the relatives come, if a big chief dies, all of them come together, and they have an inquiry, a questionem, in servilam modum, in the same nature as towards an inquiry towards slaves, de uxoribus. What does that mean? Well, what slaves don't just give their testimony, they're tortured. So if you're the wife of a prestigious man and he dies, and all of his relatives come together and they say, yeah, I don't know if this was a murder, which they could just accuse falsely of murder to get the profits, they're going to have a inquiry towards those wives. And if compertum est, and if it is decided that it was wrong, compertum est, they kill the women by excruciatus, having tortured them omnibus tormentis with all tortures, and of course, igni with fire. Oh my goodness, barbarians and fire. The funera sunt, the funerals are in the nature of the Gauls, in the culture of the Gauls, they are magnifica et sumptuosa, magnificent and sumptuous. Omniaque, and all the things quae which they arbitrantur, they deem, fuisse had been, which was cordy for the heart, right? Which they loved, which the person loved for the vivis, right? Living. They infer it, they bring it into the fire. So everything you loved, oh, I love this tricycle, burn it. I love my computer, burn it. And I love the etiam animalia. I love my horse, burn him. And, before, and a little bit above these memory, they also, burn cremabantur. They are burned. Who are burned? The slaves and the clients whom it is agreed, what was agreed, constabat, indirect statement clause, were delectos, were preferred, were favored ab eis. They're also burned with the just man's funeral having been completed together. So when you it's a man's world, that means if you're a powerful Knigget and you die, not only is your stuff going to get burned that you loved, your animals which you loved are going to get burned, your slaves that you loved are going to get burned, and what else? Even your clients. It's like, oh, I really love Bob. No, you don't love me because I'm going to get burned. I don't want to get burned. All right, let's keep on going. They now this is an important part right here. Existimantur, they believe. Who believes? The civitates, the nations. Quae, which things, accusative object phrase, they believe are, what's the term? More so that they could more commodiously or more conveniently administer suam republicum, their state, right? Those things which they're important for the state, they habent them sacred by laws, namely, and this is the big thing. So in other words, the Roman customs are quite different than the Gauls. Si aliquis, right? After C's and A's, the A's go away. Si quis, if anyone would accept acceperit, anything, aliquid, about the republic from their neighbors, right, their finitimes, by rumor or accusation, right, that they say, oh, no, don't take rumor, so that they deferat would carry it to the magistratum, and nor would they communicate it with aliquo, with any other person. So if you have any rumors, you report it to the boss, to the magistrates, don't share it around. Quod, which thing, go clear down to cogidum esse, which thing, which practice has been recognized, is a good way to say it, is known, that often, indirect statement clause, homines temerarios atque imperatos, temerarious rash men and inexperienced men, terrari, are terrified by false rumors, right? And that they are oftentimes impelli and pushed toward crime. And oftentimes the common people, they capere, they take a concilium, a plan about the most important things based on rumors. That's so they can't do that. You got to report it to the magistrate. Don't make any rumors. No freedom of speech. All right. So, and the magistratus, magistrates, hide quae, which things visa sunt, seemed good. So we're going to we're going to put this under top secret. And they pass along which things are out of use, they have judged for the multitude, right? So, in other words, okay, this is good to tell everybody, this ain't good to tell anybody. And about the republic, about the politics, nothing unless it is through counsel, it is not allowed to be spoken. Caesar loves this. Caesar didn't quite love the wife part, but this stuff right here is pretty good considering the Roman Republic was worse than today's Twitter age for all the, what is that, QAnon stuff, all those secret societies and secret plottings. So Caesar loves this part, not so much, I think he loves the other part. And I am going to love to read your translations and your essays soon. And until that time comes, aloha.